Hey YouTube, coming at you with a team that I started with earlier in the season and I finished up with it like a few days ago. Primeape, SANDSLASH, dusclops. So basically the thought process behind this team was Credilli was everywhere, so I'm like, okay, Primeape needs to come back in. I'm like, okay, then I'm gonna have problems with what? I'm like flyers, like jump off is number one ranked, so I'm like, okay, I'll try SANDSLASH. And then I'm like, okay, this team is extremely glassy with SANDSLASH and Primeape. I need something that just has a lot of bulk. And I was like, Dusclops is one of the top ranked Pokemon that has bulk. That doesn't add the double, like if you went like Clodsire, that would be double weak to ground in the back, which I actually have a team coming like that. But so I'm like, okay, let's go Dusclops. So that's the thought process behind the team. There is some weaknesses, like Wigglytuff is insanely hard. Obviously, SANDSLASH is an amazing answer, but Fighter on the front and then a Ghost on the back makes Wiggly pretty tough to move around, especially if you like can't align there. So let's check it out here. So good lead because, again, these things are everywhere. You can live one Grass Knot. If they throw Grass Knot, I've even had some that throw the Rock Tomb. But you live one Grass Knot. It takes you low, but you'll live it. And they come and they make a catch on Fortress, which is half bug, so this will just be neutral. And then I'm going to go into Dusclops just because, again, bulk, absorb, stuff like that. So get the Shadow Punch off. I assume I'll let this go. So Rock Tomb, everyone's favorite, man. You give Rock Tomb a slight buff and everyone goes freaking wild. Okay, there's another Shadow Punch. They're gonna outpace me here. Again, I could live if I want to just try and 2-shield SANDSLASH, which looks like I am going to do. I am still throwing the move. Just gonna try and take this out or force them to throw energy here, because I don't think they can take me out before I get to another move. Yeah, the Dusclops, the spam on Dusclops is just insane. So take this out and I'll probably instant swap here to SANDSLASH. Yeah, it's like time to find out what you got here. And it is a Crustle, so kind of spicy team in the back line here. Getting to the Ice Punch, does 50%. I'll probably shield anything here, and I wouldn't be surprised if I try and farm up a bunch so I come out with at least one move after I throw the Ice Punch here. Yeah, so pretty close, but I just don't want to take any more Rock Throws because those are neutral. I'm half ice. So Ice Punch takes out Credilli. Almost have a second one. Thievul out into Swalot. So I don't think this is the wrong play. Sort of. I came in here because I'm like, I know the moveset this has is Sludge and Ice Beam, which both are resisted. So I'm like, that just makes sense to come in here even though they have super effective sand attacks. So the fast moves are adding up even though the charge moves won't do anything. Could come Dusclops as well. But they could just go like Ice Beam, the fast move, just to like neutral, as opposed to here, which like, yes, fast move is adding up, but just took 2 charge moves, easy resistances there. And it's a Blastoise in the back. So this is good. All line, and they have their Thievul on the front, which is a dark and has a fighting dark move. So I'll align with Primeape. And this is, again, where Dusclops is just going to come and absorb everything here, right? So going to chip a bunch, chip this to the red. That's huge. Can I get another move off? Nope, that's okay. This thing has like 100 energy, but Dusclops is just going to come absorb it all, including absorbing a 1-turn delay, which means they don't even get the Astonish through. But again, I don't care about the moves, right? Hydro, they need to throw 2 more Hydros, and if that's the case, and they threw a resisted Skull Bash instead, yep, I'm a ghost. Another good lead. Again, these things are everywhere, so might as well play for it. Claydol. So Claydol, why am I not going Dusclops right away? I should be going Dusclops right away. I know I have Rage Fist, so I'm like, maybe I'll just chip with that, and then it's easier range here. But I probably should just make that swap sooner to not take the super effective slaps there. So get off a Shadow Punch. This will probably not take out. I just lowered my attack, and this thing's not attack heavy. But I do get the farm down. If they come back in with the Credilli, here comes a Ice Punch. Super effective, but again, my attack's already lowered, and this thing does not hit hard, so it'll chip, but it's not anything that you would want out of a super effective move here. And they got a Spirit Tomb in the back. So coming in here because why? I probably saw the Dark and just instant swapped, honestly. Obviously having Sandslash, well, Sandslash actually has a better matchup against Credilli than Primeape does, because Sandslash resists all the charge. Nope, that's not true. It takes neutral from rock. But at least the fast move is resisted, but it's not like Bolt Seed does much. So honestly, you can kind of come in with, it doesn't matter in the ending. Like, I have 2 answers for Credilli here, so it says it's over. So they Rock Tomb me there. Instant swap here. Could be Rock Tomb. I'll respect it, even though it's just neutral. Throw it here. Probably take this out, even though they lowered my attack. And instant swap, or just play this matchup out. Just play this matchup out. Try to spam here. I guess they are Dark, and they would probably delete my Dusclops pretty fast, and then maybe get to a move. So yeah, just play that out. Okay, bad lead. Sandslash. Is Sandslash really the safe swap here, man? What are you doing? No, Sandslash is not the safe swap. Dusclops is. So I don't know what I'm doing here. There's no reason to come in with Sandslash here. Sandslash is never a good safe swap. You got ground. You're double weak to fighting. You're double weak to fire. Here comes an Earth Power that's going to delete me. It's not like I can really take many moves here either. And I'm saving. Okay, so this is an example of like how to do everything wrong on this team. You don't safe swap Sandslash. You don't save 2 shields for Dusclops. I assume I'll Rage Fist or Close Combat. Yeah, Close Combat, just because it does hurt more and my attack's boosted. So maybe this will chip to, okay. And it's a Dark in the back, so I'm screwed. Okay. I have 2 answers for this, but not this one. That's unfortunate. Okay. So, yeah, I played that completely wrong. I don't think it would have mattered, because if I safe swap into Dusclops, I get met with this anyways. And then the Sandslash would have been on the Gastrodon, because I wouldn't be able to flip switch anyway. So I think I would have lost anyways. That being said, just because you're going to lose doesn't mean you shouldn't be playing it properly. I do have Ice Punches too. I'm trying to like burn the clock and then instant swap, and but now I got CMP. Yeah, what am I doing? This game's over. Just wasting my time. Because Earthquake will... I don't even know if Earthquake takes out from this range, but it's going to put me within like 1 HP, a couple HP there. Although Poison is resisted. But still though, yeah. No chance. Okay. Drapion. Drapion's a weird one. Because Crunch is resisted, but so is Rage Fist. So I have to go close combat, but if they shield, they're going to now be able to out Aqua Tail me, but they do not shield, so that is huge. Azumarill Assault, instant swap, Dusclops. Unfortunately met with the normal type Dunsparce, but we'll just kind of chip as much with Ice Punch as we can here. And then align with Primeape, and then figure out... I mean, if they don't have Hydro Pump, they won't have any charge moves for Sandslash. So I can probably chip as much as I can here, come in Primeape, maybe try and get a couple Rage Fists off on Azumarill, try and chip it a bit, and then just have Sandslash absorb their charge moves if they don't have Hydro. These Ice Punches are adding up, right? The spam of this thing, 12,999 on these Ice Punches, just means that it's coming real quick. And the bulk on this thing, too, means that you can survive a lot. So I'm just saving 2 shields, basically for Primeape. I wouldn't be surprised if Primeape uses all these shields here. Probably shield 1 here. Try and now, yeah, now just start Rage Fisting to see how many. I can probably get 3 off here. There's 1. Going for the close combat, and then going to eat the charge moves on Sandslash. So that does land, which is huge. And now just assume that they won't have any charge moves for me here. So play rough resisted. Another play rough or ice beam is going to be resisted. And now they're already in the yellow because of the Rage Fist close combat combo. They eventually come in with Dunsparce to take a charge move, which is fine. And they shield. So here comes another move to take this out. They want to try to get my primeape back in. And they double shield, but you'll get my primeape back in right here. Now up a shield that I can just Rage Fist my way through this. Or close combat my way through this. I guess it doesn't matter. If they're already in the red, so this should take out. Yeah. Marowak. I guess I could play this one out. Not with great timing there, but not the worst. 10 versus 12. I have to at least fake it. Yeah. Here's the thing in terms of fast move timing there. You got to at least fake the close combat, because if you just go Rage Fist, they're just going to let that go. But if you try to go to 12, it would be like a weird CMP, so you'd have to like CMP and hope they don't go for the extra slap. So it's just kind of like a weird one, so I'd just rather go 10 versus 12. Anyways, they 2 shield. So I will take that shield advantage and try and run with SANDSLASH in the back, knowing here that they have a ground, so maybe I have a chance, unless it's like some sort of flyer like Jump Off, then I'm in trouble. Oh no, not Jump Off, sorry. Zoom Roll, that's annoying. But you know, we'll chip a bunch here. I'll be interested to see if I take the charge move here or do the same thing that I did last matchup and just try and take the charge move on. So, yeah, I tried to catch the charge move. They did throw, hoping it's not a Hydro. That is very unfortunate. I guess I could have seen that. Here's the thing. It's tough to tell with these movesets, Azumarill, right? There's only 3 moves. Ice Beam, Play Rough, Hydro. So you have a 1 in 3 chance of it being a Hydro. I guess you have a 2 in 3 chance. Because if it's 2 moves and there was only 3 options, I guess it's a 2 in 3 chance. Yeah, but it's like, what do you do there? Do you assume because they're throwing that they have the move? Or are they just trying to bait? Or they just don't know typings and stuff? So it's tough to make that read. But they did do 1 fast move and then threw the move. So maybe I should have read a Hydro. But yeah, it's a tough one. So that Hydro, yeah, it's kind of killer in this matchup. I don't think I've used Azumarill much at all this, which is kind of interesting. Given that like Lantern isn't a thing anymore. I guess there is Jump Off, but if they took the grass off Jump Off and you have Ice Beam. Toxapex is a thing, but there's so many grounds. Again, I'm just trying to find Pokemon that I can use. One Pokemon that you can use now, which I just used and you'll see that coming up as I look at a fire, is Ninetales. Ninetales back on the menu. You know, you have Ting Tong as a steel. You have Corviknight coming out as a steel. You have Jumpluff as a grass. So, yeah, I used Ninetales. Did pretty good. It still has its limitations. For sure. But you'll see that either going to be... I'm just trying to look at my schedule here. I think you'll see Ninetales on Sunday or Monday. Ting Tong this morning, this in the afternoon. Saturday is the community day coverage. And then Sunday I don't have a video yet. So it's either going to be Sunday or Monday. Ninetales up there. I'm also doing very good with Drifblim. I just went on like a 7-game win streak with Drifblim, which again I think has some play again because of grass and ground starting to show up a lot. So I think that has some play. So stay tuned for those teams. Plus I'll see if there's any more submissions. I feel like, I mean, thank you for the support, whether you're just a subscriber or a level 1 or 2 member. But I feel like if you're a level 1 or 2 member, you get priorities for these analysis in the battle submissions. And I feel like people are not taking advantage of that. I know earlier some people would submit often. I would cover them like weekly, but Yeah, I only have 7 submissions, and a lot of these are from like, yeah, a couple weeks ago. Thomas, non-subscriber. I mean, it's like just subscriber. Blobbyfish, so that's another great league. So these are from earlier. They're not even this time around. So it's been what? I'm filming this on Thursday. So it's been a couple days since the season turned over, but not a ton of new submissions. Just not a ton of new submissions in general, but definitely not any submissions from members. So yeah, link in the description if you want to submit some battles. For those of you who do not know how to do it, people always ask. So how do you do it? You shoot 10. I asked for 10 battles. I asked for a mix of wins and losses. And you upload those 10 battles to your Google Drive or some easy sharing like cloud system sort of thing. I don't care if you put all 10 in one. I don't care if you put two sets, or I don't care if you send me them as each individual battles. I can do the editing. And then you send me the link. So then there's a link in my description for a form. You fill out the form. You submit the link to the Google Drive or whatever you uploaded your battles to. Please make sure I have access to the battles. The number of submissions I've had to delete where they just like send me battles, but I can't access it is quite high. And then, yeah, so then it shows up in my like submission box here. And then I look through it. And what are my priorities for like showcasing battles? Because sometimes I showcase people multiple times, which I say I don't showcase people at all. What's my submission like requirements? So the first one is like if you are a level 1 or level 2 member of the channel, priority, since you're paying to be a member, that's one of the priorities. Also, another fun priority, since I'm starting to do these, I'm gonna be doing these interviews. If this goes up Sunday. No, this was going up Friday. Never mind. Like I'm booked Poke Daxi. I'm talking to him on Sunday for my interview / joint video there. And one of the other perks of being a member is I've asked members in the member only Discord channel, what questions do you want me to ask these people? So if you have a question I've only got 2 set up right now, Poke Daxi and Home Slice, but if you have questions for either of those and you're a member, I can ask them for you. So another little benefit there. But anyways, back to the submissions. If you're a level 1 or level 2 member, automatic priority, jump to the top of the queue. I will do yours if I can. The only time I won't do yours is because I shoot most of my videos. Some are just a day in advance. Like if it's a league turnover on Tuesday and it's like new leagues, I'll probably just shoot those on like Wednesday, and then I'll shoot like the Thursday videos on Wednesday. So if it's like a new league like that, it's fine. But by the time we get to like Friday, Saturday, I'm now getting a couple days in advance, like Monday, Tuesday. Like by Friday, I probably already have like maybe both of Monday's videos. Maybe by Friday or Saturday, I have both of Monday's videos done. So if you send me a video on like Saturday, if it's like, for example, if it's like Spring Cup and you send me a video on Saturday to try to showcase by Monday, you're probably not going to be showcased because I probably already have my videos done. So by the time yours comes in, it's already too late. So I always showcase members first. The second thing I showcase is if like a meta Pokemon that I just don't have access to do. Like, so for the example, this morning is a better IV Tinkatong. So I don't have a good IV one. I have like a 15 attack one. This person had a 5 attack one. So I'm going to show them like, oh, maybe the 5 attack plays differently. So I'll test out Pokemon that are new that I don't have, or better IVs or stuff like that. And then it's like a mixture of whether I think it's like a strong, there's no like set criteria, but sometimes I'll just like look at the team. It's like, is this a strong team? Yes or no? Could I see myself using this? Yes or no? And if I can see myself using it, I think it's a strong team, I'll probably showcase it. I'll try to showcase a range of ELO players, but I'll try not to showcase a bunch of the same ELO at the same time. So for example, like me showcasing like 4 2000 ELO players in a row is not good for anyone's health. I just get frustrated like watching the same mistakes over and over again, right? So I try to like switch it up there. And yeah, so, and these, so when would I not show a video? There's only 3 criteria. One is you submit too late and the league is turning over in like 2 days. I don't have time to shoot it. The second is if it's a team or a Pokemon that I just don't think, like, people send me some spicy stuff and stuff, but I'm just like, I don't think maybe it's fun to do like a spice once in a while, but like there's plenty of spicy channels out there. It's not really what this channel's about. And the third one is if like your team is just very similar to other people's team. Like I mentioned multiple times with my Ferret video, I think in like 20 submissions this season, I had like 14 or 15 teams with Ferret on it. So if you have like, if I do a video, whether it be a member or a random person, not random, but a subscriber, and then I look at your submission and it has like 2 of the 3 same Pokemon that I just showcased in another submission, I'm just like, I don't really want to showcase 2 of the 3 the same again. Maybe I'll save it if it's like a great league for like weeks down the road sort of thing. But that's just my how I go through the submission. So I know people are like asking about it, so I thought I'd just explain how the process works if you want to submit. Anyways, link in the description if you would like to submit some battles. And like, just to give you how, if you submit a Great League battle now, you have a high probability of being showcased sometime in the next 5 weeks because of how the schedule is, right? So we have Great League on this week. Again, if you submit Friday, Saturday, I'll probably not showcase by this week. But next week is also Great League and Great League Remix. So we're probably going to do a mixture of both. And then we have a couple weeks of bad. But then the last 2 weeks, May 20th is Great League and Catch Cup. And the last week is the Great League, right? So if you give it to me now, there's a pretty good likelihood that you will be showcased either next week or the last 2 weeks, sort of thing. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good weekend. Stay tuned for my super intelligent, in-depth analysis of the community this weekend. If you looked at the Pokemon in the moveset, you'll know how bad it is. But I definitely have some fun debates or stupid debates. You'll see tomorrow. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.